Hello, hello, hello. I'm Patricia Rosatello and happy to have you here today. Today I'm sharing some of the marketing insights that I've learned over the years. Please say hi in the comments, even if you're seeing this on replay, and share it if you find some value in it. In this episode, we're talking about how you figure out who your ideal client avatar is. So far, we've covered what an ideal client is, why you need to know who they are, and today we're delving into who they are. How do you figure out who they are? So first, we have to figure out how we're going to identify them to begin with. How do you know what is an ideal client? How do you know what is an average client? How do you know what is a, I don't know, bottom of the pile client? And this could be a customer, it could be a member, it could be a subscriber, it could be a patient, anything. Okay, so I'm just using the word client kind of just because. Okay, so you might have software that tracks some of this stuff. You might have to do it manually, but we want to look at a number of factors. Okay, so your ideal client spends, a good amount of money in your business. They're in some upper niche of, that 80% of, I'm sorry, I'm getting that backwards. When we look at the 80-20 rule, we see that we get, 80% of the results from 20% of the input. Your ideal client is typically in that 20% who is spending, contributing to that 80%. Okay, so we want people who spend the most in your business. Ideally, people who are educated in why and how to work with you. And people who are, the most fun, the most rewarding to work with. So first we have to find some way to sort these people out. I personally start with the people who are spending the most money. Sometimes that's not always your ideal client, but that's kind of where we're headed with this. And you could even just use a spreadsheet for this. And then you sort those by who you enjoy working with, or, sort out the ones you don't enjoy working with. And then we set this up in a profile. So we start with demographics. We want to know, as much as we can about these people. We need to know what's important about them. What differentiates them from the other groups of the other segments of clients that you have. So typically we start with demographics, age, gender, their location. Sometimes that's important. Maybe their marital status, number of kids they have, the kind of income they have, the education level they have, maybe their job title or position, typical buying patterns. What do they buy before they buy from you? What do they buy afterwards? Sometimes those are important things to know. Psychographics are also important. Psychographics are things like interests. Okay, so, are they equestrians? Do they like, I don't know, auto racing? What do they do? And sometimes that gives you a distinguishing factor. A good way to get detailed information on people without having to actually ask them, because that takes money and that takes time, is to ask them what magazines they read. Yes, what magazines. And that might, these days we could also use what websites that they go to. Now we go and look those things up. If it's a magazine, you look up the magazine online. If it's a website, you go over to the website. And what you want is a copy of the media kit from that place, for that magazine, for that website, just as if you were going to advertise there. Okay. They usually have very detailed demographics. Sometimes they have psychographics on these things. These magazines especially take a lot of time and a lot of money into surveying their readers, and they find a lot out about them. And then they put that right into their media kit, because they want, people like you who might advertise on their site. I'm not saying you're advertising there, okay? We're digging for information on your clientele. So So we go into that, we get the media kit, and quite often they have, like I said, this good detailed information on them. If you're just starting out and you don't have any customers or clients yet, talk to people who are, viable prospects. And, get this kind of information from them, especially what kind of magazines, and what websites do they hang out on. So, yeah. So grab your copy of my latest book. See if I can get it in here. Right. 45-Minute Marketing. Hop on over to 45minutemarketing.com. The link is in the post. Hop on over, grab your free copy today, and if you're lucky, maybe I'll even get to sit down and talk with you for a little bit. You like that? I think that'd be fun too. Alrighty. Thank you so much for joining me today. Join me again in our next episode when we talk about what do you do once you have an idea who these people are? What do we do with that information, right? Alrighty. Bye-bye. See you soon.